Good morning. Welcome to Against the Public for February 2nd. What an incredible start to 2025, guys. I hope everybody is happy right now. All access customers absolutely should be happy. We'll talk about that in a second. NBA customers, you swept your card on Saturday. Another profitable card in college basketball, maybe 5-2, depending on what happens in the Hawaii game, and of course the NHL produced another profit as well. So before we get to our free play, let's just update all access numbers for all access members who are on an 8-2 run over the last 24 hours. That runs our mark to 41-22, 65% winners. 1,841 units of profit, number one overall. Last 30 days, 57% winners, good for 3,300 units of profit, also number one overall. We just continue to dominate books. If you're not an all access member right now, please make sure you do so. I know you guys have money, unless you went off and did your own thing, but I know you have money. Jump onto one of those all access passes if you haven't already. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining me. Before we try to finish this weekend off with a free winner, let's look and see how your Sunday card is shaping up. And of course, we'll start things off in college basketball, where there's an 18 game schedule. Of course, a little bit smaller card than what we're used to on a Saturday, but plenty of chances to cash tickets. We'll start things off with Ohio State and Illinois from Champaign, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 o'clock Pacific. College basketball customers, well, over the last 7 days, you've only cashed 65% winners, 598 units of profit, 63-48 over the last 30 days, 58% winners, 1,326 units of profit. That's number one overall amongst cappers with at least 100 plays. 56% college basketball winners this entire season, 2,637 units of profit. Looks like we're going to have a typical three-game card in college hoops, and we're also going to have another three-game card in the NBA, where there's going to be 5 games overall. And as I mentioned, a sweep of the NBA card on Saturday, 68% documented winners over the last 7 days, 651 units won. That's number one overall amongst cappers with at least 10 plays, 55% winners in the NBA over the last 30 days. That's number one overall amongst cappers with at least 50 plays. 9-game NHL card. We'll have another 3-pack in the NHL. 63% winners on the ice over the last 7 days, 597 units won. That's number one overall, and 55% winners over the last 90 days, plus 1,087 units in the NHL. All plays, all records, for better or worse, are up on Pickdawgz.com every single day. So that adds up to a 9-game all-access card for Sunday. And if you're not an all-access card or all-access member yet, jump on board right now. Just go to Pickdawgz.com. We have a 3-day pass, a 7-day pass, 30, 90, annual all-access pass. $4.11 a day gives you every play that I release from now to this time next year for one low price. Basically, a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Probably less than that, actually. So $4.11 a day gives you every play I release for the next 365 days. So please go to Pickdawgz.com. Get on board like so many of you did on Saturday. Okay. Let's head to our free play. College basketball, of course, is where we will head. 831, 832 is your rotation number. Mountaineers of St. Mary's against the Peacocks of St. Peter's. 2 o'clock Eastern Time, 11 o'clock Pacific. St. Peter's, 3.5-point favorite. Across the board, consensus total of 126. There is a few 125s and a half sprinkled out there, but consensus number is 126, so we'll go with that. St. Mary's 12-9 straight up, 12-8 against the spread, 10-8-2 to the under. And considering, if you go back and say, okay, well, where's their quality win? And considering how bad Miami is right now, I didn't think that at the time, but probably their last game against Merrimack is their quality win. And they did a lot of good things against Merrimack. If you watch that game, they built a lead of more than 20 points. That was a 21-point lead. Then they blew it It was down to 2, and then they lengthened the lead with a couple minutes to go in the game. So that showed me a lot about this team. They broke a 4-game losing streak straight up, a 5-game losing streak against the number. 7 of the last 9 games have cashed under tickets. St. Peter's 7-10 straight up, 8-8 against the number, 9-7 to the under. Pickdawgz have dropped 7 of 10 straight up and 7 of 10 against the spread. The 67-64 loss to Ryder broke a 4-game under streak. And we'll make this short and sweet. To me, it's going to be interesting to see how the Mountaineers bounce back after that game against Merrimack, after building that lead, blowing that lead, and then lengthening the lead once again. And these are these little mental notes you got to take about teams, because all we're trying to do as a handicapper is identify or identify a team's identity. I guess that's the best way to put it. So this is going to be another note, and I'm going to put, actually I put it into a spreadsheet, these notes about who I think a team is. And it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back after a game. It was a pretty emotional game. Now, I know Merrimack is not going to, they're not going to blow anybody, away with their accolades or their record or anything like that. But when you're Mount St. Mary's and you're trying to build a winning culture there, games like that against, teams that, let's face it, they were a 9-point underdog in that game, and they won that game straight up. Let's see how they bounce back from that. More impressive to me, this was probably the first time in a couple weeks that I really liked their defensive effort. They held the Warriors to 32% shooting, and the only thing that bothers me is they're still pretty sloppy on the offensive end. So what do we do when we have good defense with a sloppy team on offense? Well, of course, we look to the total, and that's exactly what we're going to do in this one. I look around at this team, and I still can't find a guy who's going to take this game over. Is there a guy like, I don't know, Cordelia, that is a guy that probably they lean on more than anybody else on that team? He's a nice player. He's not has 3 or 4 games now, that run of double doubles. So he is a good player, but not a guy that I think that he can say, okay, get on my back. And more importantly to us, is he a guy that's going to push a team over the total because he's saying, okay, I'm gonna drop 25 tonight. I don't think J.D. Cordelia is that kind of player. So this is why we're looking at a total of what we are. I think that you're going to find that St. Peter's, if you watch this game, is one of the better defensive teams in the Metro. They allow opponents just 21 field goals a game. That's 28th in the nation. In opposition 3-point shooting percentage is 28.4. That's 18th in the nation. So numerically, and you know how I feel about numbers. Numbers to me, they tell me where you've been. They don't always tell me where you're going. But that's pretty impressive, those two numbers, especially when we're looking at the total. We've seen the Mountaineers play some sloppy basketball too many times this year, and I think both teams are playing at least close to their peak defensively. The number certainly reflects that. So your free play for Sunday is under 126. That's your free play for Sunday. All the best to you guys. I got to go to bed. These Saturday college basketball cards absolutely kill me, because on Friday night, and I really start on Thursday, I go through each and every game to find out where my biggest edge is. And then sometimes off of that, maybe I have 10 games where I think I have an edge, and I got to dwindle that down a little bit and watch a little bit or watch a little bit more. And it's by this time, especially during college basketball season, I'm ready to go to bed. So that's what I'm going to do. I will see you guys tomorrow night. I wish you guys all the best. Really, I have so much gratitude, and I'm very grateful to everybody who has jumped on board this weekend. We're just having a great run, so let's keep that thing going. And of course, guys, don't forget, get on that annual all access pass. It's $4.11 a day. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments. Please hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube. I'm Dana Lane for Against the Public. All the best to you and your wagers on Sunday.